Hi, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name's Jamie and I run Pumpkin Freak, where I offer pumpkin carving ideas, tips and tutorials. In this video I'm going to be showing you how I carved this freaky looking face onto a pumpkin. I'm going to be stenciling this on. If you want to see more detailed video on how to make a stencil, I'll link to it at the end of this one. I'm going to show you how to take any image and start to think about it in terms of simple geometric shapes, which is then going to start to make it much easier to transfer the design onto the pumpkin. Two ways that I do this. The first way is to transfer on the basic structure of the face, and what I mean by that is sort of the outline, sort of around the eyes, anywhere on the picture where there's a really clearly defined line that you can draw over. And then there's the secondary side, which is the tonal changes on the design, which are slightly more subtle. So for the purposes of this, and I'll drop a graphic onto the screen here, the red lines represent the structural shapes where there's a really clearly defined line, and then the green lines are where the more subtle shapes are. So for the purposes of this one, it's primarily circles, ovals, and some squiggly lines essentially. And by simplifying the picture into these basic shapes, you're going to make it a lot easier to be able to carve a face, in this instance, onto a pumpkin. So what I'll do is I always start with the structural lines, get those on first, and then I go back over my stencil with the more subtle changes, in this case the green areas which are on screen. Once I've done that, your stencil's done its purpose. I then take that off, and using those shapes and the visual reference of the picture itself, is then I start to carve into it. I'm then going to take a lino cutter and skim round all the areas on my design so it looks like this. I then take the wood carving chisels and start to carve deeper into the pumpkin and all the areas I want to be lighter. I do the lighter areas first and then start working backwards to the dark areas.
Just a thought,